Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason here at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki in downtown Red Oak, Texas. And today's report is for August the 17th through, not 17th, August the 13th through August the 19th, 2025. And we jump right into the sun. The sun has been active, but it's been mainly coronal holes. So this will be, I think, almost the third week in a row where we have one coronal hole departing while one is beginning to be Earth facing. So when we have that energy, it's been this sort of 2-3 weeks of sort of a compression, sort of a sluggishness. Even though energies have been hitting off and there's been high vibrational things going, what sort of happens with that is it's like you really feel motivated to do something, but you're procrastinating doing it until you feel better. And so this energy sort of has that sluggish veil over it. So if you're sort of feeling that, so try to work through it. It's not resistance, it's lack of energy, right? So sometimes this could be overcome with breath work, workouts, caffeine, if you so choose. Um, but yeah, pay attention to that. There are some minor sunspots and solar flaring, but not a lot of CME activity. And the complexity of the ones that are incoming are not so complex. So the risk of flare is low. So pay attention to that this week as the sun is, I don't say working against you, but not working for you either. The zodiac, we are still currently in Leo. Which is the lion. And so you want to think about the physical correspondence to that in alchemy is going to be your heart chakra, actual physical heart. The idea of having heart is all going to be sort of increasing during the sign. And also the active nerves, right? So think of how a large cat like a lion would be hunting, right? And so is just ready to just go. So that's that kind of energy, which sort of corresponds to how the sun is acting with us, right? We're in that sort of ready to pounce phase, but the sun hasn't really been working with us. We are currently in 4 retrogrades out of Mercury. Thank you. The 4 retrogrades are Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron. And so those are about order, spirituality, deep hidden things within you, and then just sort of Chiron's called the wounded healer, just sort of using things that you might have always thought to be a detriment are actually an asset, so that you can use things that have gone wrong to actually make you stronger and move forward. Oh yeah, that's what's going on up there, which brings us to today, Wednesday, the 13th of August. Mercury has been direct, and really the main energy that's going on started to happen yesterday, but really sort of full-fledged today is Jupiter and Venus alignment. And really those two planets are about luck and love and good things happening, right? So it's sort of a lucky or a prosperous or auspicious is the word I was looking for, period, right? So good things are sort of happening. Sort of pay attention to that. Um, uh, yeah, and so just sort of the cautionary tale of like you might be having this great thing, all these kinds of epiphanies are coming to you, luck is going your way. You might have this great awakening, this understanding kind of going on, which is also a good abundance kind of thing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that others in your life are ready to receive all that kind of stuff, right? So I get this a lot in the shop. Hey, I'm having all this whatever, but everybody in my life is like, what's wrong with you? You're crazy, or yada, yada, yada. So just sort of pay attention that this overwhelming energy, this good luck, this auspicious time today might not be being shared. And that could be a couple of things, right? They're unaware, or they went down a rabbit hole where they're really stuck on the negativity that happens to be on the surface, and the perceived ways that the cosmos is changing on television or on the interwebs. So just sort of pay attention to that energy. Leads into tomorrow, Thursday, the 14th of August. Excuse me, is going to be a 22 Master Day. And the energy of the day is really about the feeling of love and romance. Oh my goodness, love and romance on a Thursday. And you can really sort of master the clarity with that Master Day, the clarity of what you're looking for, who you're with, all those kinds of things. So it's sort of the clarification and the mastering of what you want, or who you want and how to go about getting that. um, and sort of that self understanding as well, right? So not only are you understanding what you want, but you're understanding how you'd actually can attract that and that you actually are deserving of the things that you're trying to get. So that's a good energy for tomorrow, Thursday. Leads into Friday the 15th. The moon and Jupiter are going to be good for meetups. And so, oh my God, the weekend is for meeting up and hanging out. Surprise, surprise. It's like astrology just knows. Anywho, the energy is really about meeting up with anybody, right? Mostly family, but this could also be lovers or even kind of business meetings to sort of plot out like if you and some family members or you and a couple of friends are thinking about starting a business, getting into the rat race, wondering, hey, what's it like to own your own business during upheaval in the culture. Yeah. So have those conversations on Friday and see how fun that is. Um, Leads us into Saturday, the 16th of August, where the moon is moving into Gemini. And so that move really makes, after all these meetings, you gain some mental clarity, right? So that movement into Gemini really gives you a lot of mental clarity. Um, oh, because of its relationship to Saturn as well, it's going to sort of help you get organized. I was like, what did I write? My handwriting looks so terrible. So yeah, so that moon and then its relationship to Saturn, not only are you going to have mental clarity, but you're also going to be able to get organized, right? How can you organize those thoughts? What are like first steps? So Saturday seems like a really good day for that. The cautionary tale of the energy is, especially if you were prone to it, which lots of us are, you might get caught in a detail and go down a rabbit hole, right? That is unimportant to the overall goal. So cautionary tale on Saturday is watch out for rabbit holes, that you don't get distracted, right? And sometimes those things just peak up, right? They seem important or they seem super interesting, or you think it's going to be a 5 minute diversion down the rabbit hole, and 6 hours later you've got nothing done on your actual task. That's the cautionary tale of Saturday. Leads us into Sunday, the 17th of August. Mercury, which is in Leo, aligns with Mars, which really sort of gives you a confidence boost, right? If you're thinking like, hey, I've had all these meetings, I've done all these things, luck feels like it's going my way, but you're starting to doubt the confidence level of, is this actually going to happen? The alignment on Sunday really sort of gives you that jolt of energy, like, hey, yeah, this is possible, and you can have some confidence in speaking your truth, understanding that excuse me, that what you know to be going on is actually going on. The extra energy of Mars, the cautionary tale of the day, is really that Mars is sometimes an energy which allows us to sort of be triggered and have some anger sort of release. So just pay attention that that anger might be bubbling below the surface, and it's not necessarily anger that should be directed at the things that you're planning to do, or that those things that you're planning to do are causing that. It's just sort of a generalized anger, right? That wouldn't it be nice if the world was a little bit easier, if source spirit was a little more present and directive, and it like wasn't so hard, right? So just that sort of thing, right? Just that generalized life could be better. What kind of plot have we ended ourselves up in being on the planet at this time? Watch out for that kind of anger. Leads us into, did I skip a day? It looks like I skipped a day. Sunday, Monday. No, not skipping a day. Monday, the 18th. The sun and moon are going to really be interacting on Monday to give you sort of a calling to sort of go home, right? And so this generalized thing is like, sometimes it could be redecorating if in a place that you already live that you call home. Sometimes it's sort of a longing to be back in that like sort of childhood home stuff if it was positive, but like that sort of age of innocence where things made sense. But also this could be to like towards a new home, right? You should be on the road to someplace else that your time in one space is over and you're going to the next one. But also at the bottom of that, there is a longing, whether that is in actuality or just become part of the spiritual culture, that you're longing for your spiritual home, like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here, I'm not from this planet. That kind of energy could also be underlacing that um you're like, oh man, why do I got to be here on this planet? And sometimes that sort of is sort of good to understand, like, what's the point of being here, right? Contemplating reality and life and consciousness and all that stuff. But like the energy on Monday is really such that it's a longing to, find the answers, be done with the work kind of energy. Um, while you're sort of having all that spiritual actualization and looking towards home, you've built all this contemplation and understanding over the weekend, right? Be cautious that you don't get caught up in the details and become slow to act. Uh, be cautious, be calculating, but don't be afraid to actually move once you do your due diligence. It leads us into Tuesday, the 19th of August. Good day to work on financial gains, right? So the alignments of Mars and the moon are really such that you can expect when you're making monetary decisions to see or understand that you've made correct ones and the returns are going to be as good as or better than expected. So look at that on Tuesday. I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. I will be here all week. So if you want to come by the shop, I should be here 11 to 5 today through Saturday. I do have some appointments right after and right before some of the days. So if you are planning to get here before I close with enough time to shop if you need to, or be a little bit patient if I open about 5 or 10 minutes late one day or so. All right. I think that's everything. Of course, if you want to go to newdimensionscrystals.com and book a session, which is what people are coming in for, or if you want to walk in and see if I've got time to do a tarot reading, that is also welcome. But yeah, I think that's everything. I'm going to let you go. Glad to be back. Feels like it was short, like I didn't have a lot to say, but there was a lot going on, but it just wasn't very detailed or a lot of things, right? Basically, the energy is sort of peaking. The cosmos is opening up for spiritual change. The culture is changing either according to what's sort of happening in the cosmos or using that as a springboard to do some changes that might take away your focus and slow down your change. So pay attention to that. Um, as always, the easiest thing to do because you breathe 15,000 to 25,000 times a day is to fix your breath and monitor that. And because if you can shift how you breathe, then you can shift how you are, and then all the other things sort of take care of themselves. Meditation's a good thing. And of course, if you're having trouble managing it on your own or you just need a little bit of extra help, come get a tune up and get on the table and do an energy session. All right. I think that's everything. I'm going to find the stop button and I'm going to tell everybody many blessings.